John, it's a big one this weekend. We haven't had to wait long for our first big derby game of the season, but following on from Friday, probably in the best place possible going into it.
Yeah, well, as far as Leeds concerned, 3 points. We can't have any more than that. One game, 3 points. So we're going into the game in a good place. We've qualified through our group stages by winning the group. We've got a nice, exciting tie against Hearts to play as well after the Dunfermline game. We'll see how well they did at the weekend against Rangers. But yeah, huge game. Obviously, looking back at our League One campaign against Dunfermline, they got the better of us. So again, there's a little bit added extra motivation there for the players who may have been involved in that League One campaign, maybe to try and rectify one or two things from that season. We go into it in good spirit, good form, start the season really well. So it's the right time for this game. Yeah,
it's one of those games where there's going to be 7,000-8,000 people there, and the atmosphere could potentially get very hostile. Is that something that comes into play when you're kind of talking to the players about this leading up to it?
I think we're used to it, we got a good taste of it that particular season. It's not so long ago that we don't remember that. Of course, we've played a lot of big games since then as well, huge games. We went to Hampden as well, and Scottish Cup and semi-final as well. We've played in big games, so yeah, the guys will be used to it, to be honest with you. It's no big difference in it. The atmosphere will be great, don't get me wrong, we know that, but we're long enough in the game now to understand that we've got to go out and shut it off and concentrate very much on the game. We've got to shut off the outside noise, let the fans deal with that. We've got to deal with what's happening on the pitch, and it's very much about that.
I know it's very early days into the new season, but given the fact that kind of going up a league, there's a tougher calibre of opponents, has that changed the way you guys take training in any way, or is it just kind of business as usual?
It's more or less business as usual, but we know that we're not going to have the same amount of ball as we would have in League One. Even against like Steny, who are in League One now, we're about 70% of the ball. Now that's not going to happen. We're not going to have as much of the ball. So you've seen in the second half that Queens had a bit more of the ball, and so we've got to do something different, and we did do something different. So that's fine. That's exactly how it'll work out. There'll be very fine margins in virtually every championship game. Very fine margins. You've got to earn the right to get the fine margin on your side. I thought we did that on Friday night, and again, obviously, we'd be looking to do that on Saturday. But as I say, there'll be games that we'll need to set up differently. But we've seen that we were tactically astute on Friday night and dealt with it very well.
Another potential milestone for this one as well. Get the victory here, and I think it's 40 league games in a row unbeaten, just carrying over from last season.
Yeah, I suppose that keeps going, every game. It's an outside thing, really. It's another one that, fair enough, if it comes along, then fair enough. We've done enough of these things. But we're really just focusing on the 3 points. If we can come away from there with 3 points and set in 6, we'll be absolutely delighted after 2 games. At the Championship, we don't want to get carried away. You could be coming out licking your wounds just as easy as coming out and being very, very, very happy. So in a derby game, form kind of goes out the window. We've got to be prepared to work even extremely hard as we've been working. We had 4 guys over 1,000 metres high speed running the other night there, and that's what it's going to take. A lot of hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and allied to the quality and the way that we play to go there and get the victory.
Obviously we missed Aidan Nesbitt in the last game, and Cole Donaldson came off injured, although you said it was just cramp on the night. How is the squad looking going into this one, and any potential update on where Tom Lang is as well?
Yeah, well, Aidan's going to be closer. He should be, things going well for the rest of the week. He should be in the squad and available for selection. Cole was just a bit of cramp, so he's fine. He's trained the last 2 days very well. The squad's trained very well the last 2 days. Tom's going to be a bit longer, unfortunately. Had to get another scan, which we got on Friday, and that's not looking so good. So we're going to be having to go and sit down with the surgeon and see what's the next stage. But Tom's not coming back anytime soon.
Just lastly, tickets for the away end have been selling quite fast. I think we're nearly at 2,300 travelling supporters. How crucial is that support going to be in a game of this magnitude?
It's brilliant to have that back in, to have 2,300 at this moment in time. It's obviously going to grow a little bit more. To have 2,500 Falkirk fans there, getting the backing from them, making the noise from early on, getting the players that backing. The fans have been great, for the time that we're putting ourselves in. Paul have been here, been absolutely different class. It just got better and better, as is kind of the results in that. And so it would be nice to reward them with a win at East End Park. And so hopefully we can be celebrating, come around at 5 o'clock.
Fingers crossed, John. Thank you very much.
Cheers.